my 2 to 3 touch. But if you end up on the back foot, if you're contending with having to deal with Curse Ball, Jack doesn't even seem to care about Curse Ball. Going in immediately. Safe jump forces the burst out of Saftig.
Gonna go right.
Looking like a horrible night to have a curse, because nobody has a curse.
Yeah. No, it is. Well, I mean, curses,
There we go.
I was gonna say, it's been adjusted, but it still does everything you need it to. It activates the aim assist, lets you lock on a lot faster. It's a good thing to have. But if you don't need it, then, your negative penalty is a lot safer. You don't have to worry about that added multiplier. But, oh man, this is brutal. This is a lot of getting shot.
It absolutely is, but this is what I spoke to. Saftig only needs that one touch, and as long as Saftig engages defensive with Jack's defensive choices appropriately, and unfortunately, they did not. In fact, Jack managed to find the gold burst there, getting plenty of resources here. Saftig has his burst back, but Happy Chaos is a hard character to burst against.
Oh, extremely difficult, and we actually saw Mike try to run up 6H, which is an absolute madman-type move, given the punishability of 6H. But Jack recognized it, had the punish ready option, and very quickly able to close out that first game 1. But we haven't really seen them pushed yet, right? Every Happy Chaos that we come onto the screen here, we always talk about how it's up to the meter management. And I know you were kind of memeing earlier, Brad, where like, no, Happy Chaos just doesn't have any downsides. But you can say that until you see an Happy Chaos that doesn't know how to juggle the bullets, the concentration, the tension, and all of a sudden it's like a completely different character.
No, absolutely. I think the bigger problem is that, if you are sort of beholden on the Happy Chaos player to make a mistake and overextend.
Yes.
And as the player playing into Happy Chaos, you need to recognize where those mistakes happen and be ready to capitalize on them. And I think both of those things happening is sort of rare. But we've seen, Saftig played into... Saftig played into IDOM, and we saw the way that Saftig was engaging with the Crow application and the Stay in State application, which is a not dissimilar way of having to engage with your opponent's resources. But Jack is bringing such a different degree of intensity to this set right now. I mean, not even playing zoning, right? Just completely bulldozing through Saftig. Stays same side with the cartwheel this time.
Yeah, and another big note, Brad, is that I don't know how aware you are of this, but bullets actually travel faster than birds. So that might be a little bit difficult there for Mike to be able to maybe Viper under the bullets.
Are we sure about this? What is the airspeed velocity of a swallow?
Well, hold on. Is it carrying a coconut, though?
What? It's not a matter of how it grips it. Like, what does the coconut matter?
Well, because, does it grasp it by the hair, or does it fully grasp the coconut?
It's not a question of how it grasps it. It's a question of weight ratios.
True. So is it an African or a European swallow?
I gotta tell you, whichever swallow it is, I think Jack is skeet shooting right now. Oh no, actually, as I say all of that, Saftig is able to close out that round with a nice 5D tick with the red RC in the back to press the issue there. The overlay should be updated to say 1 game up for Jack, but Saftig has brought this game 2 to 1 round apiece.
Definitely still has options here, and I see Herbz hoping Bedman does good against Chaos. I don't know what to tell you.
I have no legacy familiarity with Bedman. Oh my god, the gold burst gets baited, nothing really comes of it. Saftig on the back foot. That was a big reload, but a lovely defensive choice out of Saftig. That is the second time now that Saftig has gone up for a meaty and gotten defensive back thrown on Jack's wake up. Oh my god, you had time?
I can't believe you had that much time. That's bananas.
That was gross.
That is Happy Chaos privilege, chat. But no, I did. Did you see the tweet, Brad? I forget who posted it, but it was like a screen grab of Bedman's like character affinity or whatever they call it, and it was like unique. And the only other unique character in the game is Faust. It's just someone's like, oh no.
Uh-oh. That's an uh-oh.
But we'll see, right? We still got a couple more weeks before we can actually rock with Bedman. But for right now, we got to rock this set again and see if Mike can get our game on the board here. Great round start so far.
I mean, this is what we need, right? The problem is, it's like I said, if you are going to make this happen, you have to sort of never be wrong. Oh, you're stuck in at the ready stance, right?
That's
No! Oh my god!
I hate it here. I hate everything.
He is that man. He's so that man, there were 2 more of them ready to hold it down for him.
I hate it. What's crazy is that the clone doesn't block projectiles. And in that overdrive, Soul's body is the projectile. It should go right through the clone. Daisuke, let's chat.
Okay, nice pick up there with the JPs. Jack has a fair degree of control here as they've got, Deus Ex to pop the wall, reload the gun.
Get some Oki. Do we get round start curse? Of course we do.
Yeah, of course. Why would you ever not? And what I was going to say is you do round start curse, you force them locked down, and then you make a left-right off of the cartwheel. It's sort of the tried and true post-wall break for Happy Chaos. We're going to get big wall carry here, though. No! A little bit too close to the wall. Saftig does not get the pickup. We do have burst. When is the defensive burst going to come out?
Next round.
Yeah.
Challenges out there because the draw didn't actually connect. There's no RC, though. Has to meet with the Fafter, but we take those plus frames. Gunflame out. There's no bullets here for Jack. He gets the 2K of all buttons.
That was so brave from Jack, but you know you have plenty of set to play with, and now Saftig clipped at round start. We're going to get the wall break reset right back to neutral. You got another chance, Saftig, but now you're at a 50% life deficit. Has to spend the burst. Just get that clone right out of here.
It's not enough, though, to just hit the clone. You have to hit the real thing. Goes for the Brain Blast and reloads a single bullet, and that's all it takes. We're going to have the Deus Ex here. This might actually kill Brett. Oh, it 100% kills.
Oh, it's
Dude
100% killing. If you've got bullets and tension and Happy Chaos picks you up, it's Happy Chaos takes you from coast to coast. That's the trans Jacko. From nothing, engage with the screen enough to get things started. I guess you can find a nice 2D counter hit starter in order to make that happen, but now you're in this spot where you need to contend with the bullets, and this was what I sort of expected out of this, as the names are reversed. Don't worry, we're going to get those updated for you. But yeah, I had every expectation that MJkurase was just kind of going to be able to have their gun and run away with it. YRC comes up from Herbz as MJkurase is engaging in range 0 for a little bit longer than I would have anticipated, and now we've got a pretty decent pickup as we stay in range 0. Has to spend the burst to keep everything locked down.
Oh, the shimmy!
Stuck in the corner. No bullets in the chamber either. This is a rough spot.
Gets one, and that's more than enough to get a big enough reload. Goes for the jump shot. Nice, YRC. Perfectly timed. Just spins right through the curse. Herbz able to take round 1.
This is looking a little bit more like what I would expect out of a Happy Chaos round, but there's only 1 bullet left in the chamber, and we keep talking about the resource allocation problem that can happen for Happy Chaos. I think that's the spot we're ending up in here, because now we have to Brain Blast, which means we need a big reload here, but because we already had you full screen, it doesn't ultimately matter.
YRC again, that one a little riskier as Happy Chaos was taken to the sky. Nice block on the 5D. That button is a crime from Happy Chaos's, but look at that. Gets the counter hit, gets the draw, and that's all it takes.
You know what was gross about that? The red RC forward into reload. The reload is what made that into a frame trap.
Yeah, because you were definitely expecting a button to come out there, and you see the reload come in, and you're like, I can challenge this. No, you cannot.
I was about to say great defense from Herbz, who blocked the first left-right, but nobody blocks the second one, gets the throw. I'm surprised MJkurase didn't go for a longer reload there, but I think they smell blood in the water with how little life Herbz has to Brain Blast. Only 1 bullet left in the clip. That's all it takes.
Clipazine is always big enough for Happy Chaos. Game 1 over to MJkurase, and it's tough. Like, it's a tough matchup. We've seen that Jacko can do it. It's the problem is that you need so many things to go your way to still be able to like consistently be in a position to do something that you would like to do. So whereas Happy Chaos just has to push 5H really. So it is an interesting matchup, and man.
So MJkurase up 1 game to Herbz 0 right now in this set, who has so much control here. And I think while I don't like the way that MJkurase is choosing to spend their bullets, I think they're being like really sort of lax with their resource management here. But I think the problem is, you know, Jako is a character who also needs to sort of set up her offense. So what this ultimately means is that MJkurase can play a little bit looser, because it is so much harder for Jako to be like, okay, I have to squeeze a little bit of extra life out of this space, and Happy Chaos can 100% just reload in that window of time and move on with his life.
And I mean, even the approach options aren't ideal for Jako. We see a lot of 2D here, which against almost any other character could low profile a lot of situations and get you just enough closer that you can maybe 2D him again for the hit. But especially when this curse is applied, that aim assist is too strong. It fully follows the 2D, and you're just running into a hail of bullets right now.
And there's the other problem, right? If you're full screen, you can't just throw out the minions, right? You can't stick out the minions and use it as part of like a zoning game to open up the stage, because if curse is on or if the crosshair is on you, 1 bullet is just sort of going to nullify all the minions, because the minions go away when you get hit. Herbz is able to use their overdrive to, this should close this one out with minimum scaling on the wall break. Yes, it will. That round now goes to Herbz in game 2, 1 round apiece.
Yeah, we do see burst available here for MJ. Should they get into another tough situation, they'll have that at least. And I mean, they're starting every round so far in the lead HP-wise. Gonna try and widen that gap even further here with the Deus Ex Machina.
This is such a strong position to be in, and like I said at the top, this is just sort of what I expected out of this matchup. I think Jako needs too much in order to get started, and you only get so many opportunities about Happy Chaos in the first place. Wow, just Deus Ex in reaction to throwing out the minion.
You still got it
safe, but it's not gonna matter. MJkurase up 2 games, and yeah, the fact that, look, everything I said about this matchup for Sol with Saftig, right? I was like, here's what needs to happen. You get your 1 chance to hit Happy Chaos. You need to like 2 or 3 touch him, and that just needs to be that. Jako needs to be set up in order to be able to do that. And she's never going to get set up against Happy Chaos in neutral. So she needs to get a hit, sacrifice stuff in order to get set up after. Read your defensive choices, all of which, even if she reads them properly, can still remove the minions, because like the burst or the YRC will knock the minions away. And then you need to still get like 2 or 3 more touches after that. It's just a tall hill to climb.
It is a lot to deal with, and so we are going to see the burst come out there off of that 6K, forcing the burst. Does get the Brain Blast in here. Goes for the Goomba Stomp, and that's a triple overhead, and it's so floaty.
No bullets, but MJkurase is at full health. Big reload as they reset back. This trade doesn't matter. I'm sorry. Spend all of your attention, or just run face first into the bullet, and we are on set point here for MJkurase.
Yeah, this is a bit of a tough matchup. Somehow got to the other side. Happy Chaos things. But curse applied, and look at the juggle properties. Gets the back throw. Might be able to set up something here.
But look at the amount of work that Herbz has to do, because Herbz is trying to bait the burst out of MJkurase, because, like I said, if they do not read the burst and they reset back to neutral in the wrong spot, they lose the minion, they reset back to neutral, they have to deal with all the bullets. It's so unfortunate, but they manage to bulldoze their way through the screen, have MJkurase locked down on the corner, and they are able to close it out, moving on to this next round here, with MJkurase on the back foot, having very little burst available to them. Herbz can 100% make this round happen as they spend that burst to reset back to neutral, but closed out the shot keeps them from being able to set up the minions.
Yeah, I was going to say that burst may have saved you a little bit in that corner defense, but you're still going to find yourself in a corner eventually. This time, though, they find themselves on the good side of it. Gets the hit, and yeah, just setting up minions. The forbidden air dash works out there for MJ, but the 2D chase down?
Oh my god.
All right.
What a left-right straight into the overdrive. We're not close enough to get wall break or anything, so we just use this as an opportunity to set up the minions. Burst just in time for MJkurase, who's going to need a big reload here.
1 bullet left, does fire it, needs to find a reload somewhere. RC makes it safe enough, and all the down blind from Island Herbz, but I think they might have just thrown it away. That'll certainly be enough.
That's the overdrive. Wow, that was bullet neutral. MJkurase was at 0 bullets when they got that pickup, and they were able to reload in between the hits in order to generate the overdrive to close that one out.
Hopefully these guys got the memo.
Oh, see, that's what I wanted. I was like, round start needs to be curse immediately into at the ready gunshot. And that's exactly what we saw. Jack fighting back on the back foot, who is the first one to throw out that second curse. But you can see they're both really trying to be a little bit more particular about how far they press the issue. And what I will say is between these two players, of the matches that we saw in the top 8, I do think that Jack managed their resources a little bit better than MJkurase did.
I would say so. And so we're going to have to see how that really plays out, because the timing on finding a reload is also different. It's a lot of the same issue that we were just talking about with Jacko, in that if you're both standing at neutral, they can just shoot you while you're reloading. It is a dangerous proposition. Gets the pickup with the last bullet and immediately into the Deus Ex Machina, and I think that's enough. No, just a pixel.
God. That's fine. A curse immediately into the same standard sequence. No, we needed to concentrate a little more, and there was no reason to press the issue because you knew they had to FD through everything in order to make that one happen. Jack does draw first blood with that first round on the board and has an early lead in this one as well. MJkurase forced to gold burst, which does work out for them, and just like that, they're able to roll out of the corner and get the momentum going in their own favor now.
The chase down of Happy Chaos running full screen while shooting at you, so terrifying, right? Because they can do the same true combo that Kai Kisuke's do, of the run up throw, except they're also shooting you while they do that.
And we are going to get the wall break here. MJkurase looking in a great spot, plenty of bullets left in the clip, plenty of lockdown. Jack is not going to spend the burst, of course not.
No, I mean, we talked about how hard this character is to burst already, and especially in the mirror. A lot of the times you get hit, you're just already in a bad spot to burst, and you gotta find a time to burst. MJkurase, though, out of bullets, so, wow.
Being out of bullets sucks, but what I was going to say is what we've seen consistently is that off of the right hits, you can have plenty of corner carry and tension build and still be, you know, bullet neutral, because off of each of these hits, once you get the juggle started, reload into shot is all you really need. I need you, however, to go and claim the rest of those codes. You will notice that rent money has gone up thanks to some direct contributions and some other Twitch quests that happen in the back, but there's 26 codes left, which means there is still free money to go into the pot, requiring nothing from any of you. It is money from the ether, materialized like an extra bullet into a clip without a proper reload. All you have to do is claim those codes. One game up for MJkurase here in winners finals.
Yeah, man, I gotta say, being able to get that one bullet reload and then be able to chain shoot it into shot, reload, shot, reload, shot, reload, I think that's the next thing they change. I know it's a power fantasy of Happy Chaos players, but man, does it feel bad to, you know, have the opportunity to chase down because they're out of bullets and all they need is one. Deus Ex coming out here, and it killed. Holy. Round start counter. Going to be working out here for Jack to fight their way out of the corner. Gets the shots in.
Pick up here for Jack as we press the issue. Bringing this all the way to the corner. Deus Ex for the wall break. Yes, indeed, because we want the reload. We don't need the brain blast. strong position to be in. Curse applied, and yep, Jack is going to set that all up, but MJkurase, being a Happy Chaos player, knows how to engage both of them, using the YRC super effectively in order to close this stuff down.
Oh, the tech coming in there. Going for the shimmy, gets the throw now, and that's the thing, is like, Guilty Gear players aren't known for taking the throw because the recovery is so bad on whiffs and the reward for throw is so high. They just kind of don't do it.
Right. Jack is quicker on the draw this time, earns that initial momentum, and the JP with Curse applied, that JP ends up being a real big problem, but MJkurase gets so much mileage out of these back throws.
Oh, but you got caught trying to throw Curse. That's exactly what we mentioned at the first step of this game. Danger penalty applied. Deus Ex, we're not at the wall. Yeah, not enough. But you...
The OTG gunshot? Sometimes you gotta double tap. Welcome to Zombie Land.
This character's something else.
Absolutely insane. I think that's one game apiece.
Yes.
Yeah, because that Happy Chaos was Jack's. So yeah, loading in one game apiece, as we've said a couple of times this evening. Hey, CasaBunch.org if you want to make sure that you rep our brand, show us some love when you travel out to the offline events that we all know that everyone's been so excited to go to. You can go to CasaBunch.org in order to grab that, but make sure you do it when we're in between games or in between rounds, not when we're loading into Game 3 of Winners Finals. Burst used very quickly by MJkurase in order to reset back, and shot from Jack into Curse earns them the first big momentum swing in this round, and a nice meaty catches the backdash there. We do have Deus Ex for the wall break. This is Jack's round to lose.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very done deal, I should say. And yeah, had the Curse applied still, so they recognize they can just go for offense. Back throw again from MJkurase, though. They've been getting away with murder when it comes to these. But a Deus Ex themselves, but they're going up against a concentrateless Jack for the second. And they take advantage of that with a couple gunshots.
Jack only has 2 bullets left in the clip, and they're not going to be able to burst any of this. This is actually such a great spot for MJkurase to be in, and with that positive bonus and those shots, they are going to get this pickup. I just said it was Jack's rounds to lose, and lose it he did.
Curse the hell out of that, man.
I mean, first I cursed him, and then MJkurase turned it into their own curse. What a horrible night to be doubly cursed.
It is quite bad. 50% gone already there for Kurasa. Still consistently getting the first shot in those Curse gunshot trades, though.
But, like, they're winning out in the early bits, but I think MJkurase is doing such a great job of stabilizing. It seems like Jack gets the early initiative, but eventually makes one of those resource allocation mistakes that MJkurase is just able to sort of leverage against. We're not going to be able to get anything out of that, as MJkurase is able to go to this next round with the burst.
Oh, nice little 2K. It's a little cheeky to beat out the 6S, but it works. We are going to go through the wall, but... Oh, we actually don't. Using the Curse to potentially block the forward jump.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that was not a spot where you wanted to go through the wall. The resource was not where you wanted it to be. You didn't have as big a life lead as you wanted. You didn't have the tension to pop it with overdrive for Deus Ex. I'm just top to bottom completely on board with that decision out of MJkurase. Has the RC in the back, a pickup off of the throw, and that is a second game now on the board for MJkurase.
Things are going quite nicely here for MJkurase, who... had that amazing turnaround round earlier, and is now currently sitting 2-1, looking to take that Winterside Grand Final spot.
As we are loading in, once again, we have continued to show you all through the evening, but please, when you get a moment, go and claim some of those coupon codes on the Matcherino. That is money that only goes to our players if you claim it. So do not be responsible for making money disappear. Instead, let MJkurase and Jack be responsible for making each other's health bars disappear. MJkurase up 2-1 in Winterside right now. burst to reset us back to neutral, and the resource advantage is in MJKurase's favor, but concentration about to run out. We need a Brain Blast and a huge back throw from Jack, as MJkurase only has 1 bullet left in the clip. Deus Ex? Yes.
That was a really unfortunate Brain Blast there. It was while Jack was mid-air, so given the free roam to just shoot on his way down, goes for the Oki setup. Just block coming through there, but it's not enough to keep the pressure off of you. Brain Blast still has bullets in the tank, and why are you challenging there? MJkurase taking an L, and Jack looking to tie this back up to 2 apiece.
5D tap, we've got the bullet in the back to press the issue. Another 5D tap. You're going to block it eventually, says MJkurase, but until then, I'm going to keep teaching you what to do. Another chance where they didn't want to pop the wall the wrong way. They didn't want to spend the resources on Deus Ex when concentration was so low. Unfortunately, it's going to cost them as we reset back. I was about to say to mid-screen, but no, Jack actually manages to press us all the way to the corner and has a Deus Ex for the wall break.
Positive bonus, just going for the curse. We are going to have to worry about that tension and concentration bar in just a second. Brain Blast keeps it high, and the bad burst.
A hard character to burst against is Happy Chaos, but you absolutely had to in a spot like that. You know, you were going to die on the next hit or so. You can't take it with you. Like, sure, represent it, see if they do something stupid, but there was no reason for it, and thankfully Jack completely understanding of that as we go to Game 5 here in our winners finals.
It all comes down to this, chat. The winner here will find themselves in grand finals with advantage, and you definitely want that for yourself, especially when you can look down at the loser side of the bracket and see the list of names hunting for you. You don't want to have to go downstairs and deal with that right now. You want a break. You want a minute to think for yourself. Doesn't go for the wall splat. Love that. That wall bar still going to be quite high health-wise, though.
Yep, we get the double reload, but I expect... Oh my god, I definitely expected that MJkurase was going to let that wall slump continue through, but I guess they felt confident with the life lead, and they absolutely should have as they close that round out with a perfect. This is set point now for MJkurase. Oh no, the burst gets hardcore baited as Jack stays out of range and has MJkurase locked down in the corner. Out of bullets though, we need a big reload into a wall break. Are we going to answer this back in just as quick of a fashion, or is MJkurase going to be able to try to make this happen? Brain Blast from Jack. This is going to be a big pickup.
Oh, not done just yet. That tension bar did not rise as fast as I thought it was going to. Goes for the Brain Blast, and yeah, so often we're seeing both of them try and challenge the Brain Blast. They see the Super Flash, they're like, I can shoot this man, and the answer is, no you cannot.
Right, wall slump, but MJkurase misplays and ends up in the corner themselves, so they have to spend a whole bunch of resources to press this issue, get them out of the way, but the reload becomes a frame trap with the close slash. Jack on the back foot, plenty of resources, but nothing defensively in the tank. The backdash gets caught here by MJkurase though, as Jack on the front foot suddenly Deus Ex to pop the wall, and that should equal out the life approximately. This is as close as it can conceivably be. What a 5-5!
Oh, but the curse being applied here to MJ is the worst possible scenario. They don't have any way to get out. They're just dealing with the aim assist. They're trying to get in there. That was a 5P coming in from Jack, but now that the curse is applied, Jack is the one in a back foot position. Where's the burst? You can see the knockaway just waiting for it to happen. The clone.
This is tough. That clone is going to do a lot to slow them down. Burst on the table for both players, but again, Happy Chaos is not an easy character to burst.
No!
At any point, somebody... Oh, that's going to be a huge punish! Jack is going to be able to... No, we ran out of concentration!
His brain has shut down. Jack loses the round because of it.
Nothing personal, kid. You just needed to ascend to a higher degree.
And so we
literally by a hair misplayed the resources. We are dropping down into losers quarters here. Mike Saftig versus Hamilton Rye to determine who moves on to the 4th place match. I think we should be getting updates from Herbz versus Snixy from off stream very shortly.
Already it is the Soul Mirror. Obviously we have Mike Saftig rocking the patented pink Soul Bad Guy that we all know and love.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Saftig without the pink soul. We are going to get the big pickup here. That is going to be enough off of the wall break for Saftig to draw first blood in this first round here.
Mike always ends up on the player 2 side, I've noticed. Doesn't often get to play on the player 1 side, but is just going to trade back. Big damage here. Gets the DP. Next hit should splat pretty much.
Is that still going to be the case? I think maybe it's been long enough that it would have gone down a little bit. Yeah, we're going to get at least a little bit of lifeblood out of this Tyrant Rave to close that wall situation out as we pop the wall positive bonus here for Saftig, who does still get smoked out by the reversal Volcanic Viper. Hamilton Rye gets a little bit of a chance to play here.
How long can it last, though? Mike going for the cross-up with the Bringer. Baits out the burst. And that is Mike Saftig's Soul Bad Guy remaking an appearance.
Definitely one of my favorite Souls to watch. Just the intensity that Saftig brings to the table, right? There's a pace that Saftig plays at that feels just at home with the character. And it's, you know, sometimes you see a player play a character and you're like, yeah, you know what, this just works. And I think Saftig on Soul really feels like one of those.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite entrants just overall to watch, because the matches are just always hyper fast and not in like a one-sided way. They're just always action from start to finish. Everybody's pushing buttons, everybody's trying to get an advantage, and they're just swinging. That's that 5K 3-framer trying to get out of the corner defensively, but they are just whiffing in each other's face right now. Fafnir's in. Gets the hit too. Oh, that is tough looks for Mike Saftig. Blocks the jump meaty. Interesting that there's no fast RC there. It's just the regular red RC. That time they went for the fast one, and it works out for him. So,
right, a round on the board for Hamilton Rye, who now gets a nice pickup off the 2S starter as they press the issue here. Have Saftig locked down in the corner, but just the way that Saftig can earn a little bit of extra space in all of the different ways that Soul's kit can move him around. So big, but a nice little diet dust loop there for Hamilton Rye.
Gets the wall break as well. Life lead, always malleable here. Run up throw works out there, and the empty gun flame baits out the Tyrant Rave. Has to spend the meter to make it safe, but the BRC still blocks in time. All right. Oh, big counter forcing the burst.
Yeah, that's not a bad burst for Saftig, though, here, as Hamilton Rye now on the back foot, and this is a one-touch for either one of them. Hamilton Rye is going to have plenty of room there to be able to confirm that one, closing out that game one apiece now.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing some swag combos coming out here from Hamilton, making sure that they can really showcase the practice that they have with this character, and that's the one thing I've really enjoyed about them lowering Soul's damage, just overall, is we actually get to see the whole combo routes that this character can work with. So, game 3 on the screen. Going to be able to see what adjustments are going to start coming in for these two players, because they're running out of time. They're now rocking a 1st to 2 versus the 1st to 3 we started with.
Right, trying to press the issue as Saftig wants to fight out of the corner. Ooh, not ready to check after the empty bandit. And now you have to deal with that strong strike throw game. Wild throw, we've got plenty of resources in the back. Straight into the Tyrant Rave. What a clean round there for Hamilton Rye.
Yeah, that was a gross round. Them removing the scaling up of our Red RC definitely contributed to that working out, but Mike Saftig says, I can win rounds 2, getting a huge life advantage here, pressuring this corner. So many empty gun flames.
And a lot of throw setups as well, but I like that Saftig sort of represented the same type of option. Yeah, Hamilton Rye is going to let this round go, not waste the burst. tap 5D. There was even a little bit of charge to that 5D.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that was a tap, but Saftig bringing that round. We are 1 round apiece here in game 3.
Oh, catches him in the shin, gets the knockdown. Oh, this is not looking great. Yeah, I think I agree with that burst.
Yeah, it's a great spot to burst as they're on the back foot, though. Hamilton Rye, when is Hamilton Rye going to burst? Oh, so much corner carry in a similar spot. Life about even. Damn, that 5K is fast.
It's fastest in the game, Brad. All right, uses the revolver to approach. Oh, Mike's fishing. Mike wants to cut him off at the ankles. Goes for the cross-up again, but the chase down is still there. Oh, no. You got to protect the toes. Oh, you're dead.
Yep, absolutely. We had the resources in the back. 2
JK.
games to 1. Oh, no! What a liar!
Psych! No!
Why'd I trust you?
Oh, wow. Going for the BRC to start the combo. Interesting stuff. And yeah, just going to DP. Gets the reversal. 2 on the board now for Hamilton.
Right, this is a big momentum swing there for Hamilton. Now only needs the 1 more game, and I've been talking up Saftig for a fair bit of the set, but Hamilton Rye is playing super clean, and the way that they're engaging in the ground game has been really strong. Hey, speaking of engagement, y'all should engage with that Matcherino. 25 codes left. That is an amount of money that I'm not going to do the math up in the top of my head. I think it's $6.25. So we're looking at a little over $6 that could be in that prize pool, and it is entirely dependent on all of you. So please tell your friends, make sure those codes get used. You only have so many games left as we are here to round out our top 4. Hamilton Rye up 2 games to 1 against Mike Saftig.
Yeah, Mike Saftig looking to take it to a game 5-2, starting off strong here, pressuring with these gun flames, actually going to beat out the bringer with it as well, and that is unfortunate, just didn't get the connection they were looking for. Has to RC, makes it into a mix. Mike just made a pantry dinner, just taking what they were given and making a meal out of it, gets the round win, and the big 5H to start the round.
Huge. Being able to close out that round and keeping so many resources on the board in the form of their burst is big as well. Saftig 2K 2D starter. If you get a good read on when Hamilton Rye is going to choose to burst, then this is going to be a stellar game here for Saftig, because Hamilton is going to need to spend the burst at some point. When does it come out? You saw that little FD tap. That was Saftig waiting for it. Oh, mine comes out first. Are we going to have the damage here? Clean hit Volcanic Viper. OTG. Not going to be able to pop the wall, but any touch will do it. 6P. 2 games to 2, and we're going to game 5.
That was lightning rounds. Mike definitely showcasing that they can get it done to tie it up here. 2 apiece. And I mean, yeah, Mike is a big baiter, if we're being honest. If we're being fully honest, he baits a lot. And it's not always successful, but that time, I think the reset to neutral was actually fine for Mike. He had such a lead at that point that he was able to keep the pressure on the corner going on and didn't lose out too much on it. And so game 5, losers quarters here. Winner gets to stay alive. Loser is done for the night.
Right, we are playing with some intensity. We are letting our Vipers be volcanic. 5K, 2K, trying to press the issue, keep everything going. Mike Saftig in the driver's seat, but Hamilton Rye slowly trying to fight their way out of the corner. This is a tough spot to be in, but they do have burst if Saftig overextends. A little bit of bar here for Hamilton Rye. Oh, wanted the bait back.
No.
Oh no, accidentally corners himself.
Yeah, didn't quite get the link they were looking for, but oh, and this time it's the far slash that comes out first for Hamilton. Using the bringer to get a little bit of the forbidden air dash, and this is huge damage. We still got 50 in the tank as well. Oh, no Tyrant Rave. It might.
Yeah, we'll get positive bonus after this, so we're going to be able to press the issue. Oh, that 2D should have been enough. No PRC in the back. The blue RC makes that punishable.
You bursted that?
Had to spend the burst there. Oh, we get the... I cannot believe that connected!
Oh, we rolled back.
That threw the PRC. That threw the glyph.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for Mike on every level. And you can see here, the just block? Oh, Mike is not playing around anymore. Throws out that 6S, keeps pressing buttons, Has the burst advantage as well as the tension. Gets the knockdown. Counter.
All right, is Saftig going to bring this back to a final game, final round? It would be a great spot to be in, coming in with a little bit of burst advantage over Hamilton Rye, and that is in fact what is going to happen as we close out that round with a perfect on that 5D tick. Final round here. Burst advantage just barely going to Saftig, who wastes it!
Oh, I don't even know if that was intentional from Hamilton, but it worked so well. Going for that huge counter hit into just Gunflame. Perfect spacing, perfectly works out for him, and now they don't have to worry about it. No matter what happens this round, Mike is defenseless, whereas Hamilton Rye just receives their burst for their troubles.
Yeah, this is such a bad spot for Saftig to be in. When is the burst going to come out from Hamilton Rye? That is the question, and there was the answer immediately as I said it. Yo, shout out to Max Ninja 15 with the raid. Welcome everybody to our losers quarters. Last game, last round, and what a pickup. We're not going to have as much damage here as we might want.
We do have to watch out for the potential YRC defensively, but that's about it. Oh, but the fast RC combo coming through, and with no burst, that is more than enough damage to close out.
Huge. Hamilton Rye takes it. Final game, final round over Mike Saftig, and earns...
Bracket runner pilled.
Stop gate lighting me. We got Hamilton versus Snixy on the screen. Zato versus Soul protagonist guy. And this is... I don't know. This should probably go Hamilton's way, I'm thinking.
I think that it can, but if Snixy is able to get everything started and has the right reads on when a reversal or a defensive choice is going to come out, that's going to make a fair degree of difference, right? Both of these characters can, you know, do some crazy two touches. Zato's mix-ups are better, but Sol has better defensive options.
True, but if you get hit by Tap Dust Overhead, there is or Tap Dust Frog, not a whole lot you can do in that regard, but oh man. We're getting Fafnir links right into the Tyrant Rave. Still alive, but just barely.
Oh, I figured maybe it would just be a 6H, but no, IID forward into 2K. Hamilton Rye closes out the first game in pretty short order. Snixy didn't even really get the chance to get that started. I barely had time to wrap my head around, like, what does this matchup look like? You know, when we really play it out. Didn't get the chance to consider it. Instead, Hamilton Rye just ran away with it. So Snixy's going to have to make some adjustments as they move forward, especially when both of these players are staring on the barrel of having to play through Jack and MJkurase. Double happy chaoses after this.
Definitely a lot of Guilty Gear left tonight. As we do see just kind of posturing across the screen, sending out the Eddie there with the drill. Eddie, nice callback. We did notice there was a few times earlier when we saw Snixy on screen that they were kind of letting Eddie go into the red, but paying a little bit more attention this time.
I think part of the difficulty is, you know, you have to try to manage using Eddie to control the neutral, as well as using Eddie to enable your offense once you are in. And when we saw Snixy play earlier, I believe that was in the Faust matchup, right? Where, you know, they were engaging an awful lot at, like, full screen. So what's happening here is I think they can do a whole lot more to try to get through and into range 0 to set up their mix-ups how they want. The problem is Hamilton Rye is so shifty and is doing such a great job of moving around that it's not trivial to set up this sandwich in the way that they want. A nice burst out of Hamilton Rye. Get Snixy on the back foot here.
Able to get
so
that clean
much damage.
hit.
Tyrant Rave, yeah.
Gonna be able to take him to the other side of the wall here with just barely a bit of HP. Gets for the Gunflame, just keeping the pressure going, and yeah, Far Slash comes through to take the round. And that was after a lot of work being done here by Snixy in the last round and a half. Oh, the mix?
Oh, man, but they're not ready for the pickup after. Okay, really trying to represent Oppose a little more. And what I was going to say is maybe we do need Oppose more in this matchup right now with how Hamilton Rye is playing. Because Oppose is going to mean that if they go for Bandit Bringer or Bandit Revolver, you can try to, nullify it. But you can see that Hamilton is doing a really good job of just really disrespecting the not covered options out of Snixy, right? You can't just, you don't want to have to spend half or 75% of your Eddie gauge just on keeping them locked down. But Hamilton is making Snixy do that.
Ooh, 6P.
Nice.
To close it out, full body invulnerability there. So definitely not going to be smacking his way through that. But no, that was a whole lot going right there for Snixy. Able to get a lot of the lead, really push the tempo. And I like that they're just stuffing the air with 2P, 5P. It's really kind of a hindrance for Hamilton here to just try and run at them, because they can't even do any type of like dash checks, because it's just A, super fast, and B, covers so much of the screen.
Right, the chase down on the backdash there from Snixy. But, once again, this is a thing that people like to do when they recognize that Zato is playing very Oppose heavy, is they stop hitting buttons and they just go in, run through the Oppose, and open up the throw game against Zato. A YRC there from Snixy to try to slow this down, but they have to spend so much of their Eddie gauge just to keep the screen controlled enough to slow Hamilton down, and Hamilton doesn't even care. Damn, I'll smoke your boy and then I'll smoke you.
Oh, does it again? This Eddie cannot win. And yeah, even with the bar coming back, there was no time to react there. Hamilton just flying at Snixy right there. Takes the win, looking to put a second game on the board.
Okay, reversal Volcanic Viper out of Hamilton. Wow. Trying to keep this fairly locked down right now. Oppose comes out. Oh my god, naked Oppose just connects there for Snixy for no reason. Hamilton just kind of committed a little bit too much to the run through, and that's been part of the answer here. Use Oppose more, let it rock. We had the leap in the back. Are we going to have the damage to be able to close this out? I think maybe, okay, the command grab will be enough to do it.
That was a lot of damage. That is a chunky command grab. But it's got lots of sharks. Oh, he punched Eddie too! Just barely out of his little pocket, gets connected on. The bar is just now back, but all the HP was the trade-off for it.
Oh my god, the clean hit DP does so much damage, and a perfect to round that one out for Hamilton. 2 games up to 1 in our losers semifinals. What is it going to be as we stare down the barrel of our losers finals? What adjustments is Snixy going to make? I appreciate that the first sort of phase of those adjustments was like, all right, I need to bring out Oppose a little bit more. But Hamilton was so quick to get wise to that and just bring in a whole degree of more movement to the game to be like, all right, well, I'm just going to run through Oppose and you're not doing a good enough job of stalling me through it.
We did then see the response to that was letting the Oppose turn into snakes. So there was an answer. It did work once at least. And so far, not too much Oppose, but he's also been getting punched a lot.
So here's the thing with that. If I'm Hamilton, I'm so on board with letting Oppose turn into snakes, and there's a reason for that. Once you use Oppose, if Oppose goes all the way through, the gauge is in the red. That's that.
Yeah. Speaking of gauges in the red, that health bar is gone. That wild throw just cranking it away. And now we're finally getting a turn here for Snixy, but with Eddie gone.
Oh my god. There was even an attempt at a burst bait there, but Hamilton wisely lets the damage happen because it's like, well, if there's no Eddie, there's no damage. So why would I need to spend the burst? It is set point, and Hamilton has hung on to the burst, and this is huge. Oh, are you dead?
Not quite. Waiting for the burst. Gets it gold. And the Oppose is up. Sends it forward with the Drunkard Shade. Eddie's now gone, but the Excalibur refills it. And it traded. Eddie traded.
What a great 2P. And from Hamilton, catching the air movement. Snixy is going to lose out at 4th place, and Hamilton Rise.
And we do have Hamilton Rise still rocking on that P1 side. Jack on the player 2 side this time, already bursting just to keep the tempo going. And there it is, Jack has to burst just to stay alive. Getting some shots on target. Gonna be able to get the wall stick here as well. Going for the Goomba Stomp mix, but we're just busting out there with the DP. Gets the close / counter hit as well. Fast RC fully links together. That is that squishy frame of Happy Chaos.
Yeah, that was such a explosive round there for Hamilton. Exactly the sort of thing that you need, as we're going to need for this to get in their favor. I mean, you need to be able to play out this matchup as we're sort of contending with a series of them, of Happy Chaoses in a row.
Man, that was an absolute run through from Hamilton that time, taking it up 1 apiece. And oh boy, if we get more of that, I'm feeling pretty good on Hamilton versus MJ.
Well, I think MJ and Jack have been pretty different stylistically, both in the sets that they've played through the course of the evening, as well as when we saw them play against one another. But I think Hamilton in general has represented the type of intensity that I want to see out of this matchup. Jack managed to catch out Hamilton going for a backdash, who is then forced to spin the burst in order to try to reset us back to mid-screen. There's the gross Goomba Stomp. Mix up the tricky left-right into the Deus Ex. That is going to be able to wall break, so we're going to be in a great situation here for Jack to just throw out Curse and keep this locked down. Yeah, sorry, you die.
Yeah, I mean, even just reapplying the Curse at round start buys you so much time, and if they're already running at you, they cannot be blocking. So, and there it is again. Immediately gets up, tries to dash block it, and there's no time.
Right into another Deus Ex here for the wall break, looking like a pristine Happy Chaos round so far. Firmly in the driver's seat, but Hamilton has been confidently exhibiting all of the tools that Soul has in this matchup, but if your burst gets red, you're going to be dead. Jack closes out game 2, 1 game apiece.
Just as quickly as they lost the first one as well. So, highlighting both strengths of the characters on screen. And we just gotta do it again and again and again until we find out who the victor is to find the loser side of Grand Finals. And there wasn't really much to take away from either of those games, really. It was just kind of clinical from both sides. They won round start and kept the pressure going. Okay. That was...
You need to put it back on the game, Doctor. Ah! All right, we missed Jack running away with this first round here of game 3, as they are once again in dominant control. Hamilton, if I'm Hamilton, I want to make sure this round lasts long enough that I get my burst back for the next one, which indeed it has. Yeah, just make Jack spend everything they have, irritate them as much as humanly possible. Maybe you get lucky and you can make something interesting happen for yourself here. Nice reversal. We're going to be able to press the issue. Plus okay. Here. Nice pickup. Yeah, if you can get the burst out of them, that's actually huge now. And we still get the pickup. What a bait from Hamilton.
RC?
Off the throw. Bait. Hamilton right. Oh, my God.
Hamilton just stealing that round away from Jack in its clutches. And it's not the first time we've seen Hamilton do that to somebody, but let's see if Jack can return the favor. Catches the backdash there with the auto aim. Burst actually going to connect. Again, trying to get rid of the clone causes problems.
Yeah, you have to engage with it, right? But it always feels bad to engage with it, especially when Jack is doing such a good job of ensuring that they're going to punish you when you take the clone off the board. Nice dash forward. Hamilton Rye, you know, in that first game they won, that first round they won with that health discrepancy, but people only get one.
True. Already knocked down mid-screen. Doing a good job dodging bullets for now, but Oh, the curse applied. Never mind. Can we take him to the wall? Meaty Fafnir.
Yeah, that's hella plus frames. 5k and a dash cancel for the anti-air tick and depressing the issue. Extra overheads off the red RC. We're going to press. Jack has to back up to the corner, and the bullets in the air do a great job of covering that air approach, catching out Hamilton for trying to anti-air, and now he's caught out for trying to take the turn. Hamilton has to burst and reset us back. And once again, the clone ensuring that Jack gets the pickup. Off of the wall break here. No, it's not going to be enough. Just a hair not, but Hamilton's going to have to FD for most of this blue RC to try to press the issue. Any bullet would be enough to kill here.
And even chip is suddenly a real factor, but gets the whiff punish right at the end. And even with that crazy round 1 comeback from Hamilton, it wasn't enough at the end to beat the man with a gun. And so now, I don't even know what adjustments I want to see from Hamilton, because they're playing pretty solid. There's not a whole lot going wrong with the game plan, but it's just they're getting shot. It's as simple as that.
Just don't get shot.
Duel 1.
So here we go, round 4 on the screen, chat. The 2K2D from Jack has been really stellar as well.
Okay, that's a nice starter there for Hamilton now. So at this point, it's about Hamilton reading when the burst comes out. The Gunflame actually gets rid of the clone this time, so thankfully Hamilton doesn't have to overextend, but Brain Blast out of Jack, who gets a big reload here as he's able to press out of the corner. Oh, I'm sorry, you're in the corner this time. Thanks for doing all that work to walk you into it.
Yeah, I mean, again, clone just causing so many problems here for Jack, and you said the Gunflame broke the last one, but unfortunately for Hamilton, this is the one matchup that's not the greatest thing, right? If you think about all the other matchups where Gunflame kind of cancels and stalls out the offense, it's because the opponent cannot respond. They can't still hit you most of the time. Whereas Chaos, if you're hitting his clone, is just going to smack you right back.
This is very true. And Jack is now on set point to earn that run back into Grands. Clips with the low. 5D tap covered with the gun in the back. Hamilton needs to be able to press this. There is no burst available for Jack here, so Hamilton can try to make this happen, but that money back throw once again. Umisho has the money back dash. Jack has the money back throw.
And that isn't going to be enough to do it just yet. Didn't have an overdrive, didn't have any money in the bank, but still just needs the one touch, the shove into the gunshot. That'll do it.
Grand finals.
Done. Here we go. MJkurase on the winner's side, decked out in the red jacket, going up against Jack rocking the patented gray.
And MJkurase is coming in on the winner's side, so only needs to take the first one to get to 3 here, and as they are in the driver's seat here, having Jack on the back foot. But as we had seen when we saw this play out on the winner's side, this matchup is such an exercise in resource management. Whoever gets the initiative first, as long as they don't make a mistake with their resource management, they should be able to run away with it. But it's not how it ended up planning out. Nobody plays perfectly 100% of the time.
True. It's also kind of a testament of patience as well, right? Like, you're spending a lot of time FDing, a lot of time maybe trying to just block, or just being frustrated, right? Because that's how the character can operate sometimes, where if you're not on the ball, the offense can be overwhelming. And so here we go, already a couple of roll-throughs working out here for MJkurase. Running out of meters, though.
Nice pickup there for MJkurase. That's unfortunate the way that they broke the wall, though. You definitely know they wanted to break the wall with Deus Ex there in order to get the reload. So instead, they're sort of on the back foot here in terms of resources. They're going to need a bigger reload. Nah, I lied. I straight up lied. It doesn't matter because off of the right pickup, if you get a launch, that ends up resource neutral at worst. A nice start here for Jack as they earn that first little bit of momentum.
Gets the burst out too. Jack still has theirs, but we've talked about it enough tonight. This is a tough character to burst. This is a best case scenario, but the curse makes it so risky in that spot as well.
right? Brain Blast there for MJkurase, keeping all of that, damn, bullet positive through that entire sequence, but a YRC comes out from Jack, who managed to get this decent pickup here. Jack still has a burst of their own as well, so if MJkurase starts to press this issue, it's going to be really problematic.
Oh, wow. I did not think the recovery on 6K was going to be good enough to still also then follow it up with another button, but Jack, clearly knowing the data, able to come out ahead there, getting the first game on the board.
It is a big turnaround, but like I said, when these two played on the winners finals, it was as close as you can imagine it being. This really, really could go any direction. There is no, like, as 2 of 5-5 as it gets. We talked about mirror matches and, you know, the joke of like a 6-4 mirror match. They both have an answer here, right? They both, if either one of them ever makes a defensive choice that swings the matchup back, it can just as easily snowball for them as it did for whomever got started first.
Exactly. And so we are going to have to see this happen again as Jack gets carried to the corner, shot into it, curse applied, Deus Ex to take us to the next side. And what's going to be the wake up option? That's the question. Nice YRC, gets the throw.
Yeah, the thing is, anyone, when you're dealing with a character that you play, you're going to understand where in the sequence you ought to be making defensive decisions. So one of the things up at the Happy Chaos Mirror is they both know exactly when and where to, like, okay, this is where I YRC, this is where I do this is where it's safe and guaranteed, this is where you're trying to cheat out extra stuff.
Interesting that MJ would opt to block after the curse. They've been so consistently winning out in that particular trade that I would have thought they would have risked it, but maybe they saw, you know, the frames a couple later than they would have liked to, and, you know, they're able to take their turn back here. Deus Ex Machina gonna reload those clipazines.
You and I are going to have a word about clipazines.
Well, because they're not clips, but they're not magazines either, because they're revolvers.
Whatever you want to call it, it's a little bit gross. As MJkurase with the Shadow Clone in the back, PRC tries to set up something. Jack has the options all covered, though. Is Jack going to be able to run away with this round on the back foot on his last bit of life? But Deus Ex should be enough to close this one out. No, has to Brain Blast, but the wall break should still be enough, and indeed it was.
That all happened because MJkurase ran out of bullets and concentration at the same exact time. So they had literally no options to get started with any type of offense on Jack's wake up. And here Jack is going to happen. They get the mix with that BRC overhead. Going through the wall.
Or was that late? Okay, it was not late.
It's tough to tell because I feel like they get so much time to do whatever they want.
All right. An early burst out of MJkurase as they reset back off of that wall break situation, but Jack gets this big pickup. Positive bonus, earned plenty of resources here.
Jeez.
Deus Ex is absolutely going to be able to kill here, right? 2 games up for Jack.
Things are looking mighty fine here for Jack, able to take this lead. Yeah, they're on loser side, but they are quite a lead. 2-0 already on deck, and these haven't been slow, drawn-out matches. These have been pretty quick, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I think, you know, as back and forth as this was when they played in the winner's side, it's pretty clear that Jack is coming in looking a little bit more warm than MJkurase was. So we're going to have to see some adjustments out of MJkurase, or this is going to reset immediately. First, at 97 seconds there for MJkurase, who has to spend it in order to keep the momentum going in their favor. But hey, now they've got that corner position. Jack has to spend his own burst in order to reset us back. And now Curse is on the board there for Jack, who gets to be the one that runs with this 5D tap with Bullet in the back. I'm sorry, you don't get to play the game.
Oh, wow.
RC baits YRC. Mine is better. Jack looking so strong right now. Doesn't have the tension to get the overdrive for the wall break, but that's fine. We've got Curse and the pickup. Is this going to be a clean sweep to reset the bracket?
I'm still stuck on the BRC JP beating out the YRC and still being safe enough to get the block punish. That's just wild to me. But we are going to see MJ on the offense, out of everything. Opted for the Brain Blast, but didn't have any bullets to back it up with, and still hasn't had a chance to reload, still won't get a chance to reload.
burst is about to be back on the table for MJkurase.
Gone.
Who gold bursts, but doesn't get anything for it because Jack manages to just barely bait it. Had to brain blast. Jack has the bullet in the back. Are we going to be able to press this issue? No, we need the reload. We have one more slump, but if Jack gets another touch, that should be enough to reset the bracket, and indeed it will be a 3-0 sweep to reset the bracket. I assure you all that is not what Winners Finals looks like. I'm sure MJkurase is just as shook as I and Doctor are, but we're going to a reset bracket grand finals.
And yeah, that was lightning quick. Nothing like the first time these two met up in the bracket. And we're already heading into a reset. So that means MJkurase comes down to the loser's side. We reset the score 0-0. Once again, first to 3. And already the 2S swinging. The bursts baited. The wall not broken yet. Oh, that might have been late. I guess it doesn't matter.
No, none of this matters. Jack is looking so strong right now. Is that a perfect for that one? Damn.
Yes.
Jack is looking so strong. I think MJkurase, after this game, needs to take a second. Because the MJkurase of Winners Finals is well and truly gone. And I think that is something that they need to bring back. They need to take a second, really evaluate what it was that worked for them when they played in Winner's Side.
Oh,
burst from
tough.
Jack. Oh, what a great burst. Normally such a hard character to burst against, but it did put MJkurase back against the corner, who thankfully, through that scramble, did manage to get the little bit of initiative back, but running low on resources, concentration coming back, but only one bullet in the clip, and the blue RC lets Jack get a big pickup. Look at how long that juggle was because of the blue RC slowdown right into the Deus Ex. We get a big reload, full on concentration, and Jack is in a great spot, even pulls the life lead out of that one.
BRC forward, but because no connection, it means no slowdown. And Jack doing a great job walking and blocking, gets the tech and the curse applied. The timing was so tight there. Jack, just as the curse ball appeared, shoots the man out of his own hop back.
So what was crazy about that too is I think that tech was what ended up making that work out there for Jack, because curse had been applied on them by MJkurase, but because they went back into range 0 and engaged with each other in that throw situation, it reset them back to neutral, which removed the curse from Jack and let them sort of treat it as a round start position thing again, and Jack won out for it. I think MJkurase is just mismanaging the curse an awful lot in this grand final set, and that's been a big problem for them.
Oh, and even there, once they got the curse applied, it looked like they wanted to get a little bit closer for something, and 2K2D is just such a fast, quick, easy, best option. It interrupts so much. We even get the roll through here from Jack. Looked like they paused for a second, but still gets caught up by the YRC. Throws one of their own.
Yep, YRC from Jack. And, I mean, when Jack makes these defensive choices, it's working out better. And you can see that Jack's meaty timing is working out a whole lot better against MJkurase. No resources in the tank, so they just keep the corner slump into the lockdown. MJkurase, I'm sorry, you have to block all of this, and no one gets to block forever. Jack draws first blood in game 2, I'm sorry, of post-bracket reset.
Yeah, we are deep into this true grand finals. MJkurase finally getting an opportunity to play the offensive side of this game, but back to the wall, no burst, no tension. Jack just pushes buttons and wins out in the end.
What's wild there is it was a 2K2D trade, but Jack went 2D right into Bullet, and bullets travel faster than limbs, so it worked out in Jack's favor. And even in those little micro optimizations is huge. MJkurase has burst, but needs to back off and earn a reload. They only have one bullet in the clip, a blue RC with nothing behind it. Okay, the curse application right into a fast Deus Ex. That's going to get them the clip reload that they need to get them a little bit of breathing room here to try to make this happen. But there is a burst from Jack, a YRC. I cannot believe that's still connected. And the curse pickup. This is Jack's round and Jack's game. Jack is 2 games up. Post bracket finals reset. I'm just making up words at this point, but that is 5 games straight in grands.
Absolute nutty play overall, but just tiny things, right? Like you mentioned that the throw tech, which got rid of the curse, was what decided the last one. This one, it is a final frame YRC that connects out of nowhere that gives Jack the opportunity to push tempo forward and to close out.
Well, this is... you know what? If I'm making the call based on how this has been going, this is very possibly, and I'm going to say very likely, our final game, because Jack is just looking like an Indiana Jones boulder right now. Nothing looks to be stopping them. MJkurase is going to have to bring something really new and innovative to the table here. They get the wall break with the Deus Ex, but they're a little bit on the back foot in terms of concentration, so they have to go in a little bit more than maybe they would want to. Blue RC setting up a Fuzzy mix-up, and Fuzzy was indeed he. MJkurase on the back foot. That Deus Ex from Jack is going to connect. You are still alive, but Jack is in such a great spot, and MJkurase is going to have to FD for their life right now as they block out on all of this, and Jack is just going to shoot, reload.
And you can see Jack actually altering up the timing of their shots, right? Just forcing MJkurase to constantly FD because they never know when the shot's actually going to come, so they can't try and just plink through it. They have to hold it for longer than they would like.
Right, well, this is now tournament point for Jack, trying to make a sweep so clean you could eat off it.
A 6-0 grand finals would be a little heartbreaking, honestly, after what winners finals was. But Jack just coming in with the quickness. MJ out of bullets again.
Definitely a resource problem here for MJkurase. Jack allows the wall slump, 5P on wake up, but there's no bullets for MJkurase, so they don't get as much out of that as you might want. Might as well be Jacko right now with how this matchup is looking. Gold burst from Jack has bullets and tension. Goodbye. That's gonna do it. Deus Ex, clean sweep, 6-0 straight. Jack made that grand finals looking like a 140 character tweet. Closing out as quick as humanly possible to win out CasaBunch Guilty Gear Strive number 31 of 2023. And after any of these counterpokes that Itachi's Legacy is throwing out, wow, the patience to wait for the kite, but still comes down with a button, does Itachi's Legacy. Are we going to stay same side? Yes, we are. We're going to go for the throw on the reset. A second throw? That was going to be 3.
Yes. You always go for 3.